From this video, you can learn grade 10 science English medium, first term 6 unit, structure and functions of the plant cell and animal cell. The basic functional unit of an organism is the cell. That means the building unit of the living organisms is the cell. Robert Hooke observed a cell first. In 1965, he observed a section of cork using a microscope prepared by him. He discovered a structure like chambers in a beehive and he named them as cells. This is the microscope that which Robert Hooke used to observe a section of cork. And who discovered the cell first? Robert Hooke. This is a light microscope, light compound microscope. After the Robert Hooke, scientists Sliden, Schwann, Paddock Virchow introduced the cell theory. And who introduced the cell theory? Sliden, Schwann, and Paddock Virchow. There are three contents of the cell theory. What are they? The structural and functional unit of life is the cell. All organisms are made up of one or more cells. New cells are formed from pre-existing cells. Concept of the cell. The cell is the smallest structural unit of the organization of the living body. Cells perform different functions in the body. The transportation of oxygen is done by red blood cells. Transmission of impulses is done by neuron cells. Antibiotic produced by white blood cells. Movements of the body is done by muscle cells, like that. Different cells perform different functions in the body. Structure of the cell. Then you have to do two activities in this lesson. Observe onion peel by compound light microscope. Observe cheek cells. Observe onion peel. Remove a peel from inner or outer surface of it and transfer it onto a watch glass containing water. Put a water drop onto a clean glass slide and transfer the specimen onto the slide using a paintbrush. Cover it with a cover slip without trapping any air bubbles and observe it through the microscope. You can observe the cells of the onion peel like this. Then you can observe cell wall, nucleus, vacuole from the compound microscope. Observe the cheek cells. Steps. Wash the mouth and scrape the inner side of the cheek using a yogurt spoon. Obtain a clean glass slide and put a drop of water and transfer the specimen onto the slide. Cover the specimen using the cover slip without trapping any air bubbles and observe through the light microscope. And we can observe cheek cells like this. The black color structure is the nucleus, purple color cell plasma, and plasma membrane we can observe. Human cheek cells. Then you have to learn about typical animal cell and typical plant cell. Typical animal cell and typical plant cell. Typical cell means that a structure that made by including all cell organelles. Right. And you can read your textbook well and study the lesson again and watch the video well. Then you can learn more further reading the textbook about this unit.